This is Major Tom 2 Ground Control. I'm stepping out the door with some Wildstar knowledge. Today we're going to discuss the silent assassins known as the Stalkers. I know some of you guys have been pretty interested about hearing about these guys. Stalkers are basically the traditional rogues in any other game with a very high-tech twist. Stalkers charge into combat with a pair of twin extendable razor claws capable of shredding through even the heaviest armor. They're very heavy-duty, energetically charged, crazy slashing devices that basically turn tanks into tin cans with tasty lobster meat inside, and those are the pokers to get at the tasty lobster meat. It's a pretty great weapon, and they're used very effectively. Stalkers also take with them their nano skin. Now, when Stalkers are training, they inject a serum containing very advanced nanotech. These nanites create a cerebral interface within the Stalker's body that permit them to perform rather astounding feats. They are capable of such things as invisibility, hollow projection, and, of course, energizing those deadly claw blades to make them even more potent, to be able to puncture armor with little to no issue. Stalkers also wear medium armor, because you can't be too overpowered with heavy armor, not to mention their nanoskin can reinforce their skin to make them more hardy, so you can't really double down, you gotta give the opponent some sort of advantage. Stalkers carry a wide variety of technological devices of their own design, made explicitly to give them an edge in combat. Things like mines and darts loaded with nanites that deliver various effects, such as slowing, weakening, and even paralyzing the opponent. They're pretty cool. They've got their all-around tech assassin kind of deal. I really like this class. They look cool, they act cool, and they have a lot of really neat abilities that just flush out their kit to be the super high-tech ninja that we were really looking for. As a final note, the Granuk and the Chua may not take the Stalker class. With the Granuk, I assume it's just because they're too big and bulky, and their hardened rock skin cannot really take well to the nanite skin. They're kind of pushed out there. As far as the Chua go, well, honestly, Stalker seems right up their alley. I'm not entirely sure why Chua can't take the Stalker class, but considering all the cool classes that the Chua do get to take, I don't think they mind all that much. They're much more suited to their laser guns and their explosives anyway. That actually might be the entire case. Chua are much more suited to ranged weapons rather than close-up, stabby weapons. So, Stalkers are suited to melee, DPS, and tanking. What, a rogue tanking? Yeah, it's a little bit more likely than you'd think, but let's get to that in a few moments. The unique class resource that Stalkers use is Suit Power, which is basically energy in any other MMO. It's a quickly recharging energy bar that powers their abilities. There's nothing else to it. As they use abilities, they expend energy, which quickly regenerates back, so they can't just do a ridiculous amount of spam. A melee DPS Stalker is going to want to take Brutality, Finesse, and Moxie, because they're definitely going to want to get Strike Through, Critical Severity, Critical Chance, and Assault Power in their repertoire. Those are the abilities that will most assist them in the field of combat, as their main abilities come from the form of ripping people to shreds with their claws. They deal heavy damage up close and are even capable of marking people to deal additional damage. That's why that assault power and that critical chance is very important, as well as the critical severity. They want to punch through armor with strike through, so you have to make sure that you have those three stats in spades. Some abilities do deal additional damage from stealth, so they're going to be wanting to use their innate nanoskin power to turn invisible. A DPS Stalker will take quite readily to the lethal nanoskin passive when fighting in a group, though they may want to consider the agile nanoskin while on their own for added survivability. It's really up to you. If you think that you can survive on your own with the agile nanoskin, go for it. Lethal nanoskin is definitely great in a group. It'll allow you to deal all that damage. It'll allow you to smack people around. The agile nanoskin will give you increased survivability. It'll allow you to dodge out of things a little bit easier. It'll give you an increased deflect chance. So it's up in the air on that one. Feel free to try it out. Kind of go with what you feel is better. Now, a tanking Stalker. It sounds a little unusual, but once I explain it, hopefully you'll get it a little better. Tank Stalkers need Tech, Grit, and Insight. Tech gives them support power, Grit gives them base health, and Insight gives them deflect critical hit and deflect rating. A tank Stalker will be largely relying on their deflect rating to mitigate damage due to their medium armor. Deflect allows them to completely negate a single attack, which is pretty great. Having a high deflect critical hit rating also very much helps if they're fighting another Stalker who went a little bit more DPS, so they can mitigate damage very effectively in that way. Actively keeping track of the battlefield and avoiding splats is very important for this style of play, as is the evasive nanoskin, which improves their deflect ratings even further. Taking abilities that generate a lot of aggro is a must, as well as some of the more general control abilities in their utility and support trees, stuff like interrupts, snares, that sort of thing. Stalkers also gain abilities that deal damage while generating absorption shields and lifesteal, so they can be a very effective tanks. I would probably lean more towards an off tank if you are going a tank Stalker, so have another main tank on the team and then take aggro when he needs you to, and everything will be okay. It's actually a very effective class in either role, so just have fun with it. They are very cool tech ninjas, and they can do a wide variety of stuff. And so that about wraps it up for the Stalkers. I do hope you have enjoyed. If you feel like I missed anything important, please let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to learn more about the Stalker class or more just about Wildstar, I highly recommend you check out the Wildstar wiki by clicking the link in the description or by going to wildstar.gamepedia.com. Please remember to like this video and subscribe to show us your support, and I'll see you all next time.